Hey, while you in the first 5 seconds of the video, go ahead, like and subscribe.
What club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
With the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just didn't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
We came from Europe and the west coast of Africa. You were already here. Because we ruled Europe, we ruled certain areas of Canaan, and we ruled over here in the Americas. But we went into slavery and lost our dominion because we didn't want to keep what God said to do. We want to have days like Day of the Dead. So that caused us to lose this. So think about that. You hear what I'm saying to you?
We don't put pictures of every single person that would die. We put people that died that year.
So look, where you see yourself at right here, bro?
Aztecs.
Aztecs, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you from the tribe of Issachar?
Yes.
All right. Give me Deuteronomy 33. Because one thing you gotta realize, bro, when you look at the Aztecs, look at this down here.
I'm familiar with some of
Right. So, what do you see right here? What's going on right here?
I mean, obviously being enslaved.
Conquistadors, right?
Yeah.
The conquistadors. So, one of the things that they teach in for the white man, they have something similar as the Day of the Dead.
That's not. But that's not similar. That's two different things.
Just hear me out. I'm not talking about Halloween.
But that's what people. That's the similar.
Just hear me out, bro. So, when you went into captivity, right? You ever heard that y'all went into boarding schools and y'all was assimilated to what the white man wanted you to learn?
My ancestors did.
Right, your ancestors, right?
Yeah.
And they start teaching their kids, and their kids start teaching their kids. And all the way down to today, where you still keep the customs that were taught to you through your captivity.
See, we don't see that. We don't see that as the Caucasian as the
I ain't saying that you see that, but all I'm telling you is there's customs that you learned in slavery. Prior to slavery, you wasn't doing that.
I mean, who do we know?
I'm showing you out of the Bible you wasn't doing that.
The Bible says one thing,
The Bible is the truth.
But the Bible doesn't should teach hatred.
We're not teaching hatred, we're teaching love.
How is classifying one nationality?
That's not hatred, bro.
That is hatred.
That's not.
You're saying that the white man's wrong.
Okay, but you told me earlier you just got out of the county jail, right?
Yeah.
All right, wasn't you classified in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a number, right?
Yeah.
And you was charged with something.
Yeah.
That was a classification.
Yeah.
So, did you go to the judge and tell them, hey, look, that's hatred. You're not supposed to classify me.
That's total different things.
How's it different?
Because I mean, I was guilty for what I pulled up.
You was guilty for what you did, right? God made man, he made certain nations. And he gave them classifications. You over here, you're gonna do this. You over here, you're gonna do that. He classified nations.
But God shouldn't teach hatred.
He's not teaching hatred, bro. Hey, bro, let me ask you a question. What's your name, bro? Alex. You know who you are according to the Bible? You know what we teaching, right? What are we teaching?
This is one as a whole. I'm asking you a question.
So, Alex, look, come here, bro. Come here. All right, so where you see yourself at right here? American black, right? All right, so what happened right here? Slavery. How did this happen? How did it happen, though? Why did it happen? That's a better question. Why? Why did we go into slavery? Give me that Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to show you why we went into slavery. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the answers you gave, because a lot of that goes into it. And what's your name again, bro?
Jerry.
Jerry. Jerry, I understand where you're coming from, but what I want you to understand is that we learn these things that we stand by today because of captivity. What's your name, bro? Muhammad. Hey, Muhammad, how you doing, bro? What's your nationality, Muhammad? Let me ask you too.
Muslim.
Who?
Muslim.
Okay, so that's your nationality. All right, so when you go fill out an application for a job or housing, and they ask you what's your nationality, you gonna put Muslim?
I put black.
You put black, right? Okay, all right, cool. All right, so look.
Real.
Hey, your name again? I'm sorry. Muhammad. Okay, Muhammad. How did we get into slavery?
1555 in his country, and I had the stroke.
That's fine.
So my voice is not
Yeah,
good.
that's cool. I understand you though.
1555, a trip landed on the East Coast, Jamestown, West Virginia, on a ship called Jesus.
Okay. All right, so you know we came from Europe too, right?
Yeah.
All right, we came from. Why were we in Europe? We were in Europe ruling.
Yeah.
We were in Europe ruling, just like we were in the United States ruling. In Americas.
You're right.
On this side of the hemisphere, we were ruling. Everything, right? So how did we get to this? Is the question.
Yeah.
How do we get to become slaves? How do we get to now to say, look, I'm Baptist, I'm Christian, I'm Muslim, I'm a GD, I'm a Vice Lord. You know what I'm saying? How do we all these different things now?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 28:15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So I'm going to say this again in layman's terms. This is God telling his children, look, if you don't follow my rules on how to operate on this earth, bad things is going to happen to you.
Right.
Bad things is going to happen to you. So now let's see what some of these bad things are. Give me verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So he said, look, if you don't listen to what I tell you to do on how to operate on this earth, you are going to get your children taken away from you, and they are going to serve other people. Isn't that what happened? Didn't that happen?
Yeah.
Look at this. The slave trade. So we got ships that come from Europe, and we came over here to the Americas. Your tribes came here like way before we did, after the Assyrian captivity.
When Christopher Columbus, the natives were already here.
Christopher Columbus was a thief. He knew where you were at and came over here to steal your resources and enslave you to do it.
When I come
The natives were already here.
I know, I just told you that. I said your tribes were already here
at the people,
before we got over here.
I say,
We came from Europe and the west coast of Africa. You were already here.
But I mean,
Because we ruled Europe, we ruled certain areas of Canaan, and we ruled over here in the Americas. But we went into slavery and lost our dominion because we didn't want to keep what God said to do. We want to have days like Day of the Dead.
I say, thank you.
So that caused us to lose
Same thing.
this.
I went to the.
So think about that. So you want to keep a custom that's going to keep you from ruling? So how are you going to get your rulership back? Wait, right, you listen, you are serving your enemies right now. How are you going to rule over them again? Okay, all right, okay. Read on.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So our sons and daughters were given unto another people. So how are we supposed to stop this from happening? Yes, we can. Give me verse 1, 28 and 1. There is something we could do. there's something we could do, because if we break what God says, we get a punishment. But if we do what God says, we get a reward, right? We get a blessing, right? Read it.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So God said he was going to set us on high and bless us above all nations on earth if we do what he say, right? But we didn't. We did the flip side. Give me verse 37.
Verse 37, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment and a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So when we went into captivity, when they put chains on our necks and they brought us all the way down, and then they started they killed off the chief men of us, the ones that were teaching us how to keep God's laws. Then they became our daddy. They started teaching us different customs, Day of the Dead. And then we started they started teaching us Islam too. Where the Muslim brother go? They started teaching us Muslims too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not our custom. Our custom is keeping God's laws in the faith of Christ. That's what we're supposed to do. That's how we attain life. That's how we attain back our rulership again when Christ come back.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.